There are 5 different investment accounts that I think everyone should have. In this video, I'll tell you what those 5 accounts are, why you should have them, and just because I'm a nice guy, I'll give you a 6th one if you stay around to the end of the video. And we're gonna get started now. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jay, and today I am giving you the 5 investment accounts that you have to have. These are accounts I think no matter what your financial situation, you should have and you should be using. And of course, just because I always like to go above and beyond for my viewers, I'm going to give you a 6th account at the end of this video. Now, the first account that everyone should be having and using is a high yield savings account. I know it's not an investment account per se, but everyone needs a savings account that they're keeping their emergency fund in, some liquid cash. And you don't want to be using just the generic savings account that your bank offers. So get yourself a high yield savings account, one that pays interest above and beyond your traditional bank. Put 3, 6, 9, even 12 months worth of living expenses in the high yield savings account as cash, whatever amount you're comfortable with there. And having a high yield savings account is important for a couple of reasons. Cars break down, things in your house break, medical or dental emergencies come up above what your insurance may cover, and you want to be able to pay for these things without going into debt or having to sell any of your investments or your stocks or things like that. So by using a high yield savings account, keeping a few months worth of expenses in there as cash, earning some interest, will give you a nice buffer to fall back on, not if, but when an unexpected expense comes up. Now, the second investment account that I think everyone should have and everyone should take advantage of is your employer-sponsored retirement plan. Now, for most of us, that's gonna be a 401k, but if you work in something like a school or a university, that might be a 403b. Even if you're self-employed, you could have something like a SEP IRA, and you really want to be taking advantage of these employer-sponsored retirement accounts because they let you stock away the greatest amount of money in a tax-advantaged way for your retirement. Currently, as an individual, you can contribute up to $19,500 in a 401k amount. If your employer has a match, they can contribute even more into that. If you're self-employed and have a SEP IRA, you can contribute up to $50,000 into that because you get to contribute both the individual and the employer portion of that. So not only is this a great way to save for your retirement, but because these accounts are tax advantage, you get to keep a little more money in your pocket and give a little less to the government at tax time. The third important financial account I think everyone should have is a Roth IRA. Now, a Roth IRA is a retirement account where you contribute after-tax dollars out of your paycheck into the Roth IRA. And because you've already paid tax on the money before you put it into the account, any money that your contributions then earn by way of growing investments in dividends, etc., while in the Roth IRA are completely tax-free. So especially if you're young and you have a lot of years until retirement age, a Roth IRA is an amazing thing to take advantage of because you're probably at a lower tax bracket now than you will be in your higher earning years and especially in retirement. So you're paying less in taxes now and you're getting the benefit of that money growing and compounding for 20, 30, maybe even 40 plus years. And at the end of it, everything there is 100% tax-free. Now, the Roth IRA does have some income limits. So if you're a high earner, you may be saying, well, I can't use a Roth IRA. But that's not entirely true. I'm not going to go into the details in this video, but look into backdoor Roth IRA conversions. It's a way for people who earn more than your traditional IRA limits to still take advantage of the Roth IRA benefits. The 4th investment account I think everyone should have is a rollover IRA. I know I'm probably not going out on a limb here and saying that most of us out there haven't worked the same job our entire lives. So if you've changed jobs at any point, chances are you had a 401k at that job or 403b, something like that. And when you move jobs, you want to roll that over into a rollover IRA. Now, I did a whole video on exactly why you should be doing this, which I'll link in the description below. But basically, by rolling over your old retirement accounts into a rollover IRA, you take full control of your money and your investments, you probably pay less in fees, and you'll have a lot more investment options. And anytime you change jobs in the future, you can roll those 401ks into that same rollover IRA. So when you change jobs, make sure you're rolling over into a rollover IRA, you're keeping all the tax benefits, all the tax advantages of that 401k or whatever your employer-sponsored plan was, and you're consolidating it all into one place so you don't have to remember 15 different passwords and account names for whatever retirement accounts you have out there from miscellaneous jobs. And the fifth and final investment account that I think everyone should have is a traditional brokerage account. Now, I ranked this one last because obviously there's no tax advantages to a traditional brokerage account like there is your 401k or your Roth or even a rollover IRA. But a traditional taxable brokerage account is still an important investment account to take advantage of because it's the only investment account we're talking about where you're investing more for today, more for the short to medium term. When you're investing in a traditional taxable brokerage account, you're not investing for 20, 30, 40 years down the road in retirement. You're investing for maybe the next 3 to 5 to 10 or 15 years. So while you want to have that high yield savings account to have some cash on hand for today in case of emergency, you're not really earning much in that account. So when you also take advantage of a traditional brokerage account, you can invest your money and really get the stock market working for you to help meet any financial goals you may have in the next few years. And now I promised you a sixth bonus investment account that you should be taking advantage of. But before I give you that, I gotta ask you to please give this video a like down below. It really helps out the channel. It's free. It's fun to click the button and turn that thumbs up icon blue. So go ahead and do that. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my face on your screen in the near future. And you can always connect with me either down in the comments below or on Instagram. My handle is either here or here. I forget which side I put it on. So feel free to reach out and talk to me at any time. And the sixth investment account I want to mention today is one that not everyone will be able to take advantage of, but if you have it at your disposal, you should absolutely be taking advantage of this account. And that is a health savings account, or HSA. Now I left this one as the bonus account because you can only take advantage of an HSA if you have a certain health insurance plan. You have to have a high deductible health plan, and not everyone has one of those plans, and those plans aren't right for everyone depending on your family and medical situation. So don't go jumping into one just because you want a health savings account. Make sure the insurance you're taking on is right for you first. But if you have that, a health savings account is a tremendous account to have because a health savings account is what they call a triple tax advantage account. This is because the money you contribute to your HSA is untaxed. It's pre-taxed just like a 401k plan. You can invest your money within the HSA. You can invest the money within your HSA just like your IRAs or your 401ks or whatever, and you're not paying taxes on any of that growth or the dividends, etc. in the account. And as long as you use that money in your HSA for any qualified medical expenses, and the list is vast for what you can technically use your HSA money on, when you use the money, it's also tax-free, so you'll never pay tax on that money. And as an added benefit, if you keep your money in your HSA and you invest it and it grows, by the time you reach age 59 and a half, and as an added benefit to having an HSA, if you use your HSA through your working career and you contribute your money, you invest it, that money grows throughout your working years, once you reach age 65, that HSA essentially becomes an IRA, and you can start to use that money for anything. It doesn't have to be qualified medical expenses as it does in your younger years. So if you have a high deductible health plan as your medical insurance through your employer, make sure you're taking advantage of your HSA. You can max that out, you can invest it. A lot of employers even give a match on funds into an HSA just like a 401k. And that's the sixth bonus financial account that you should be taking advantage of. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think you'll like these two videos right over there, so please give them a click. Again, like this video if you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one.